Welcome back, everybody, to FTLG here on this wonderful morning. At least for me in the US, it is. We have got an absolute banger this morning with the wonderful Tom Harner running Resident Evil HD Remaster, and we're doing Jill Shotgun only, which is an interesting category. Tom, I've known you for a
Yes,
long time,
yes.
and I'm very excited to be here after all these years to see this run. If
After,
you, I just,
after all these years, we are still alive, apparently.
I am. Yeah, we've made it.
We
We've done
made
it.
it.
Tom, who have you got on the couch with you today?
Yeah, we legendary Sonic and the snake. So take it away, guys.
Thanks for having me, Tom. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want us to count you in?
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure everything is set. Be fine.
Resident Evil.
So we'll go over here on normal. We're at the card of Jill. So
Good
I
old
can,
Miss Valentine.
yeah, I'll just start and count you in. So
Are you going to go with the best costume or not?
that we are at, so we can do
It's going to be a complete roll of the dice.
3, 2, 1, and go.
So, what are your thoughts going into the run? You know, doing shotgun only. Oh, we got the Sarah Connor outfit.
Yeah, actually my PB outfit, I think I PB'd most in this. Yeah, this run is quite interesting. It's not, well, you don't have any, normally if you do any percent, you can do some safety strats, pick up some knives and whatnot for self-defense purposes, but you can't use that in this category. It's only shotgun.
So
you can
no
use your knife.
defense items,
No.
no knives, no grenade, not taser. I think for Jill, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, no. You can use the knife in one instance only in a sort of web before the memeish Black Tiger. So
Every remake runner's favourite.
oh yeah,
Enemy.
especially when you have to knife the web and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember looking over the rules not long ago and I was like, oh wow, you can't even use self-defense items.
No.
So with the shotgun, in this game you can get the two shotguns. Are you able to use the second one that you pick up?
No, it's only the regular shotgun that's allowed.
So just a standard pump action.
Yeah.
Here we are, Murder Hallway.
Hello, wakey bakey. It's
He's
not.
Sleep at the wheel. Definitely one of the big reset points for a lot of remake runners is the
I
Murder
guess
Hallway.
not.
He was not
To be honest, I was waiting for Tom to press F9 there.
What are you doing? Why are we still on screen?
We're still alive. You're going to notice that Jill's kind of speeding down the stairs here, and this is something it's actually in all three of the remakes for Resident Evil, and it's stair skating. And by mashing the run button, you kind of reset the animation, I suppose, and it sends her going down very quickly.
Yeah, early on, a lot of people stopped running this because of their wrists were totally screwed. Then someone made a mod for this to skip doors, this is door skip category, or the door skip kind of part of the leaderboards, which means you don't have to watch the door loading animations anymore. In that, you're allowed to actually remap your controller. Okay.
Oh, that zombie's never nice.
Some marathon, we can actually heal at dogs here.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. So the route is kind of the same most of the time if you compare this to the main categories, Jill any percent. And obviously
So
pick up the shotgun.
actually pick up the shotgun, do you get the broken shotgun?
No, we don't need that with Jill. With Chris you need that for this category, but not for Jill. Barry's gonna save the day.
Yeah. Oh,
You'll
too
get
bad
it in
it's
a
not the
second,
OG.
Yeah, the Jill sandwich scene,
Yeah.
which is coming up right now. We'll just need to go in here.
Am I right in saying then in non-door skip you have to just literally like mash run and forward like multiple times?
Yeah, hold up and mash run button. Yeah.
Crazy. No wonder a few people were like, I find the stair skating looks so weird when it's not mapped. It looks
Right,
so
But when it's not done through, do you have it bound to like the right stick or something?
We don't need a handgun or knife right now, so that's another bank. We usually bank on any percent. This is not a bank we do.
Yeah, I was going to say, so that's where the route really first changes.
Yeah, because doing this route, we don't pick up the grenade launcher, obviously, so we're gonna go out in the main hall, and Barry's gonna force some acid rounds on us, which can clog our inventory if you don't do that.
It's always interesting to me, like especially with a lot of the category extensions for these old Resident Evil games, how certain banks change based on what you need to do, and especially with this one where there are a few things that can happen, like Barry gives you the acid rounds here because of some of the actions you've done, some of the rooms you've visited, and as a result, it kind of changes the early game quite a bit. You've got to go to different save rooms and bank different items.
Right. Yeah. So this is probably the heaviest reset point normally. It's not that bad actually on shotgun only, as you're gonna see.
Yeah, I was going to ask how it compares to.
So use that. And then we'll just do this. And we'll just stand over here.
That is a lot easier.
Right.
Oh wow!
Damn.
Wow! I think I found a new category.
Right.
So to those in chat who aren't aware, that particular point is probably one of the biggest reset heavy points, as Tom said, especially for any percent. You call the dogs with a whistle and you left with your handgun, but they can be a little bit uncooperative most of the time.
Yeah, and normally you have to
A little bit.
you have to practice a lot for it because quick shooting in this game is quite finicky at best.
It's something where I've been running it on like the Wii version.
Mm-hmm.
It feels even worse. It feels like the enemies feel a little less aggressive. The dogs, though, they feel even worse in that version. I don't know why.
It's weird with things like that in this game because normally, I think the spider, for example, spiders are not really an issue in any percent run or like normal. But if you play New Game Plus and go very easy, the spider in the basement is always super aggro. So you will always get spit at, which is weird for very easy.
Just gonna. I think Sornek is just forgetting something. Dogs are free, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Dogs are always free. Let's see how this dude plays up. Oh, he's gonna let you through as well. Perfect. He
Yeah,
even
I
went for that
think
cheeky little double
dogs
lunge there as well.
Have been ever nice to any runner on any Resident Evil they're in.
I don't think so.
I'd say even in Resi 2 OG, where they're not so prevalent, they're still a bit of a meme sometimes.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
As we'll find out later.
Oh yeah.
So-
That's RNG for Sornek.
So we met Richard there, who get too close to the Spencer estate pet, and is in a lot of pain. So we promised him some serums. I guess we'll go and get some.
Must be really painful to run past that shiny dagger there and not
Yeah.
like
Why are
As
these-
you're running past it, it's like, look at me, I'm the shiny,
Look at
shiny, grab me.
Right.
so this would be the first bank in the run, wouldn't it? Like
Yeah, normally, yeah. So we just bank our sword key and the acid rounds Barry threw at us.
Zombie position.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that can be
Sometimes-
quite random sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
can be. Normally, he's most of the time. I think he's in a decent position. But you kind of take it slow or take a wide line there, so you can see his position, so you can kind of react to his positioning.
You know what, with this, I only found this out the other day because I was playing this randomly and I accidentally did green. I didn't realise it actually destroys
I was
Yeah,
literally
destroys
gonna
all
say the same
herbs,
thing.
yeah.
It destroys all of them. There's like what 6 of them waiting for
Yeah,
you?
it's
And then I had no idea.
there is our first death mask, which was a addition they changed in the remake. So we need 4 of those to get out of this mansion. Well, we can get out of the mansion, but we can't go further on now.
Do you know what outside the mansion looks like, Tom?
I've seen glimpses of it. I've seen it on Twitch, actually. I've seen it on Twitch. Never.
I was thought it was just a rumor. I didn't think it was an actual
a rumor. Yeah.
You know, kind of like, oh, you can play as Luigi in Super Mario 64. It was just one of those like myths, you know.
He was a big sleeper.
He was. All these zombies sleeps during marathon. I don't know what's up with that.
They are fast asleep on this Saturday afternoon. They are just gone. He was okay.
Not him though.
That was a good dodge.
Yeah, you have to kind of run into the wall if you double lunges like that, or it will grab you.
I don't think I've ever not been grabbed there.
Can be a bit of a troll, that guy.
So, like, what we mean by like sleeper zombies is the zombie. I guess their behavior can kind of be random. Sometimes they'll just lunge straight at you. The mere scent of Jill will have them running at you.
Normally, you might say you don't want the zombies to attack you, but you actually want that in this game because it's their attack animation that makes you kind of able to run past them.
This zombie always sleeps for me.
He
causes me so many issues.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't sleep, but it feels like he does. I think his kind of trigger point is weird.
It's a very awkward, like, I think it's the camera angle and the fact that the corridor is so dark that it's not really like a visual indicator for you to use. Which is kind of what I do to get around the zombies. I'll use like the environments, but in that particular corridor, you can't see anything.
Yeah, because you gotta get used to, you just run into zombies and back, right? So you gotta know the position or the distance where you should actually run back so you don't run into his arms, which kind of helps. You can take notes in the... I'll take your points at the environment and stuff, where... But it's quite hard out there because it's very dark and everything looks the same.
It's strange. Like after playing the original Wii version for a while, just seeing how clean this like remaster looks, and just how like
it is the first puzzle we do. Puzzles in this game are actually always the same, so no oratory here. Hello, Polite. Good morning.
Morning, Polite.
Good morning.
So we're now gonna go up and see Spencer's pet that actually attacked Richard. It's a very nice pet. He's a lot nicer in this than he's in the original RE1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
There's not as much like special tech you have to do to dodge it.
I'd say, like, in most ways, Remake is harder and more difficult than Yawn is probably the only point.
Yeah, the only exception, really.
Definitely.
Yeah. I must say, I found this like the hardest speedrun I've done.
Yeah, it's a very challenging run, I'd say. Like, it's even with door skip, your first few runs are going to be about an hour-ish, so it's still just...
There's a lot that can happen during the run.
A lot to take in and a lot of, like, different strats.
So you heard that zombie kind of busted in this room. It's not gonna matter for us because we're not going back here. There are a few runs. If that happens, you have, especially Chris' best ending, you have to go through here again because you need to save Rebecca and then go back through this hallway to the main hall before you go to Lisa.
Oh yeah.
And is it RNG whether the zombie?
It is, yeah.
Imagine saving people. What's that?
Best.
Can't even say myself. What about other people? So we have like four shotgun shells left, which is all we need for Crimson Elder. If we screw that up, there are some shotgun shells in that room. So it's all good. We don't... He's wandering off. I don't know where he's going, but...
He heard you. You said something about shotgun again.
Oh, this shotgun only. I don't.
I'd say, you know what, actually, this puzzle, definitely easier than the original. It's as simple as just...
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
As opposed to, I think, what's it called, the Cycle of Life or something?
Yeah.
In the original.
It's easy if you remember it. If you forget it, you're in big trouble.
Right. Do you now have all masks? Well, we have 3 masks, but the last one is in the box.
On our way to our first boss battle, which,
Mhm.
again, completely original to the remake.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the original.
Yeah, I remember first coming here and being like, what is this for? What are these 4 faces? What are these masks?
Oh, this
Like,
coffin going up there.
where are my emblems? Where's my moon emblem?
Where are my emblems?
I don't like where this is going.
It's just, yeah, you see this swinging around. And
Yeah.
that's when you're like, uh-oh.
This is bad.
Like this.
Yeah, I should go back and save somewhere.
An incredible time.
Thank you just specifically this game and Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. So, take them back, like how cool it was.
This game especially, like, in playing, like, seeing the GameCube version now, it looks and holds up so well. Like, it's definitely one of the better looking games of the GameCube.
Let's see what he's can do. He can go off the rockers. Oh yeah, sure.
Let's send him straight back there.
Yeah, this. We don't dumb. Might as well. We are gonna pick up some additional shells before we go into the guards anyway. Because we have the plan.
Make it past the mansion, as I like to call
Rest is DLC now.
That's the bonus concept.
Yeah. This far, excuse me, like
Never played never seen them. So as we talk about the 4 emblems, usually in the original you'd use the 4 emblems here. They kind of switch it around to where you use the 4 death masks and you blow that emblem to get out of here.
yeah. You pick this up now or when you come back from the cabin, but I'll do it now because I'll probably forget later. That's a fast
It's
attack.
always my best friend.
Yeah.
Always love seeing that.
I'm like, oh, Faz, free Faz, yay!
It's probably out of all of the run of the series, this is the one I probably heal in the most.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You were saying earlier there are no puzzle RNG in solution. It isn't, but this is like RNG how fast those spin. They can also change this.
One little mini mechanic that they've added.
Yeah.
is really cool, but not great for a speedrunner. You know, you sit there,
It's
you
just,
don't want it to be spinning out of control. And if you
Right.
set it the wrong direction, you have to watch the cutscene of it the statue spinning.
also, it can go super slow, and you're like, I have time, and just when you, before it hits where you're supposed to start going like, not something so fast.
You send it to the west.
Yeah. And you
So, a
have to
quick
watch.
question for you, Tom, because I'm not very smart, as we all know. Resident Evil 4 was the first one that introduced DA. Does this have it because it's the HD remaster or not?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Oh, could you imagine this game with DA, with difficulty adjustment? This game's already like, I mean, if there was a difficulty adjustment level, it'd already be set to max.
Yeah, you might as well just, play on hard mode.
There are like random HP. So
That's true. The Elder Crimson has like slightly random.
yeah, and there is zombies has it as well, because there is a zombie in the labs outside the data room. So if you do best ending with Jill and you shoot him with a grenade, it's not sure he will die. Hi Lisa, bye Lisa.
Another one of the mansion's lovely residents, Lisa Trevor,
Yeah.
daughter of George Trevor.
Me and Tom were actually speaking about that Lisa the other day, and I said to him, because I was looking at the new categories for this game, and there's an all bosses, and you have to kill her, and I didn't even know you could kill her.
What?
I was like, Tom, can you
Really?
actually kill?
Yeah, so there's an
Yeah.
all bosses categories. You have to kill everything. Like Yawn 1, you have to down. You can't kill Lisa. You can't down her on the ground, which I didn't know you could. But
This is news to me. I had no idea.
Yeah.
so you kind of shoot her
she was
until she
invincible.
goes down on one knee or something. Then you leave the room. She will come back, but that counts as. You have to do that in that category anyway.
Get rid of her. I just assumed you couldn't, because I'm pretty sure in terms of the lore, she isn't invincible, but like
Yeah.
she survives pretty much everything up until the mansion blowing up.
Until she gets killed by a chandelier in Umbrella Chronicles.
Wesker sitting there. Yeah, she survives the fall, doesn't she? And then... But not the chandelier.
Fight her in the main hall of the mansion.
Yeah.
Chronicles.
The Wesker story. So Wesker is getting hunted by her and he shoots it down and she gets stuck there and then the bomb blows, I guess.
Honestly, I used to play Umbrella Chronicles like on the Wii so much, like every day I'd be on that.
It's so good. I
Yes.
think like in terms of just like I think these days maybe not so much, but it's a cool little rail shooter. You know, it's like they condensed the original trilogy into like their own little House of the Dead style games.
It's a fair question, Polite. I don't know the answer to that.
Survive a terrible live action.
I wish I knew.
You know what? Actually, why don't we stir things up here?
Yeah.
What did we think of the recent live action Resident Evil stuff?
I managed to watch the first 2 episodes.
Oh, okay.
As far as I got. Like, I guess that filters my opinion.
That says it. Like, I don't blame you, honestly. I think it's okay.
Yeah, the show was
Yeah.
alright in my
It was
opinion, but
alright.
Didn't grab me. Didn't really think about it again after I watched the first 2 episodes. I didn't hate it though. I kind of liked Wesker. It was
Wesker
pretty-
steals the show. Like I
Yeah.
kind of. It's a shame he's in it for like he's in it for maybe 40% of the show. Kind of just
Yeah.
focuses on his daughters, which. Yeah.
Bert is the best of the
You
show
see him-
though.
Yeah, the bits you do see him in, he kind of really, it's like you said, he carries it a bit.
I always liked the actor who plays him,
Yeah, he's a really good actor. He's
I'll be honest, I liked it,
Lance.
and I was quite disappointed when they.
you
cut it.
disappointed. I wouldn't say I disliked it. I think that it was okay, but I think that Resident Evil.
Without
deserves
spoiling anything
proper-
for anyone that hasn't watched it and plans to watch it, I was disappointed because it left on a cliffhanger. And if you're going to cut something, why leave it on a cliffhanger?
because it's Netflix. They just have a tendency just to. I actually, is it a spoiler if it's been cancelled? Because there's an interview with one of the VFX dudes who worked on the show, and he said that in the second season, the plan was to turn Bert into a liquor. I've read that last
Wow.
night.
Wow.
A, lick,
Don't do Bert like that. Bert was the best.
a, lick,
Bert
a,
was a
licker,
legend.
a licker that only eats breadsticks. Imagine.
Oh, man. I want my breadsticks.
Unlimited
It says
breadsticks.
unlimited.
But there's a limit.
There's a-
One per table.
it definitely had its moments. I think for me, I especially with like Welcome to Raccoon City as well, they're both decent, but I think that they could easily do better with it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
welcome to
There's
Raccoon
room for
City.
improvement.
I'm,
that's what
I'm
you
glad I
say.
watched it, but it's a lot of fan service, but it's all over the place. It's too much content put together in one
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre that they were gonna. I'm assuming they wanted to make a franchise or like a
Mm.
trilogy or something. So let's take the best story arc of the series and cram it into a film.
We probably should have just done like Re 1 and Re 2 as a separate film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they're looking for like a low budget thing, this game is perfect for it. It takes place in one location the entire time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the mansion and like everything in between. The one thing I'll give credit though, that Welcome to Raccoon City did was, it gave you some time before the outbreak to kind of talk, like meet these characters and see how they act normally.
Yeah, I like that.
They didn't. I don't mean there was just a little bit too much going on to where it just felt a bit overwhelming, and not any character gets enough time to kind of develop.
Yeah, that's kind of it. They made a lot of effort into make you familiarize with the characters. Then when they actually threw them into the action, it was like half an hour just cut back to from Leon Claire to the mansion, back and forth. You don't really get.
You just don't get enough time, and I think a big part of these games is there's a lot of kind of downtime, which could be perfect for a TV show or a series to really delve into a character.
It was a pretty short film as well, so if it was like one hour longer, it should have probably been decent.
The third act kind of just you blink and you miss it. You're like,
Yeah,
"Whoa," and it's like, it's
everything
over.
happens at once, right?
Yeah, definitely. I did really like Birkin's actor though.
I recognise him from, I think it's Arrow, I think. Ooh, third valve.
I've seen him in Suits.
Yeah, his suit's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I know from.
He definitely enjoyed, like, he went all out for his role. You could tell he had a good amount of fun. Same with Lance Reddick as well. You could tell that they both had fun doing, like, portraying their characters.
I don't actually mind Claire's performance either.
I think the actors were all solid
Yeah.
choices. It's just a damn shame they just didn't have enough time to flesh any of them out. I think that were they given their own time, like, or a little bit to develop it, would have been pretty fun. So on our way to another mini boss here, Neptune.
Neptune.
Yeah, so I didn't realise you can actually kill this as well. I thought you had literally have to shock it, but according to the all bosses category, no, you don't.
No.
So in the all bosses, do you just dodge him and then just kill him?
I haven't seen the run, so I don't know exactly how you kill it, just that you have to kill
I
it
guess
without...
you'd stand up here and shoot.
Yeah,
it, right?
shoot down, yeah, probably.
That right, there's always a very sketchy dodge to do. So GG on doing that. I think it's something to where I think you just hold up and left. But if
Up,
you
left,
mess
and run, yeah.
Straight back to the menu. Straight back to the menu.
I have tried to do that with the analog stick at points. I gave up that after dying 3 times.
I think for me that was always one of the most daunting parts because it's like 25 minutes into the run.
Yeah.
Now going upstairs, you're
Simple.
probably the most uncooperative zombie in the game.
Oh, because you don't have any self-defense items here either.
Do you know what I actually really liked about this door skip category as well is the fact that you can hold X and as you're approaching the door and it'll just interact early, which I found that really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, it does that normally as well, which I didn't know until playing the Wii version. That you can just hold the button down a bit like Resi 4.
Yeah, you're like holding, you're always holding action if you're going to go through a door unless it's locked, then you mash.
Which definitely prefer to like the other ones where you do have to mash. I think that
Yeah.
Yeah, mashing
door
hurts.
triggers. Yeah, exactly. I think button mashing is always especially with speedrunners, there is always a debate for it.
So we have another type of weird RNG here, just a bee drop RNG. But these bees will drop to the floor, and you're just gonna stand there and wait until it happens. This is pretty slow. It can happen in like 2 seconds, up to 8 seconds, I think, so...
Wow.
Wow,
knew
I
there
did not
like,
know
a
that
bit
was
of
RNG.
to it, but I didn't know like up to 8 seconds. That's
You imagine you're on like world record pace and you get like 8 seconds there. You'd be fuming.
lose it to bees.
Yeah, that would be wow. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, that definitely would be.
That would be an unfortunate end to the run. So just about to reach Plant 42 here, one of the more popular boss fights. I'm looking forward to seeing this done with shotgun only, I think, with...
Yeah,
the
me
grenade
too, me
launchers. What, like 3 flame rounds and a normal...
Yeah.
rifle?
I think it's like 15 shotgun shells or something like that.
So it's a bit more like Chris's run, I suppose.
Mm.
Although he gets the combat shotgun, doesn't he? Or the assault shotgun.
Yeah, assault shotgun, yes. That's
So you can see
rude.
Tom doing some, I think it's called pump cancelling, which is where you shoot, let go of the aim button, and then you skip the little animation of Jill kind of cocking the gun.
We can shoot him one more time here. You can kind of use this area here to reload without losing time. As soon as you hear that noise, you can just move out of the way.
Just getting flashbacks to Jill around mode here.
And Jill turned invisible.
You hear her to sprint off camera to record.
Right.
But GG is done.
Thank you, thank you.
How do you think that went, like the Plant 42 fight?
Was alright, just got the weird hit early, but not too bad at all.
Since you haven't got to fight anything for a little bit, I'm going to ask a question. Why shotgun only category? What drawn you to this one?
It was like the category extensions that we were talking about earlier. I'm actually gonna pick one of these up just because it's a marathon.
Oh, and the snakes. That's a good point.
So I tried them out. I'm not efficient enough to run pistol only because it's heavily... You need to be super good at quick shooting. I'm just happy if I can get the quick shots done at the dogs. Don't need that for a full run.
Yeah, I was tempted to try it, and then he told me you have to be good at quick shooting. I was like, nope.
Yeah, because you need to use pistol for all bosses, like, which...
So we've got the snakes here, which very nicely dodged by them.
Yeah, that line is quite finicky,
It's a bit of a
especially with
tricky one, isn't
Jill. Because Jill is a little bit slower than Chris. Chris can kind of get away with a sloppy line there. Jill, you're going to be pretty careful.
It's always funny to me that those tiny little garden snakes are actually more dangerous in the run compared to the massive snake you've got.
Right, yeah.
What a meme.
So we met Wesker at the guardhouse, and he basically kind of subtly hinted that there might be a few more doors to open. So that's why we're heading back here.
A few more friends, apparently.
Yeah, a few new friends here, the hunters.
Oh, that
It's
was
fine.
nice.
Ooh.
We have the extra picked up fast anyway, so it'd be good.
I imagine you were happy just to get past that first one because that first hunter.
Yeah, the first one, as long as you get past him, you can kind of deal with RNG when you get upstairs. If you get one close to you, you can kind of back off. I tried to back off. I didn't back off too much, but enough. But you can kind of bait out an attack and then pass through him. Hopefully he will go for a one-hit kill. Because you can hear him screaming and he's going for a jugular jump. And you just pass him. Looks a bit Monk-ice, but...
Definitely one of the more
can actually...
shaky sections of the game.
Yeah, it is.
So again, this is all quite brand new, exclusive to the remake.
Yeah,
Get the first book here at George Trevor's grave.
exactly. George Trevor is the architect for this mansion. Father of Lisa. Some spiders down here, we can actually just use that up. And the lovely basement. Hi. Some fancy dodges going on down here. And one more to make in the kitchen.
Oh, I thought he was going to be asleep there. No, first instance. So, what would you say like is your favourite Resident Evil game in the series?
It's always been RE2 original because it wasn't my first RE game, but it was kind of the game that totally sold it for me back in the day.
Oh, definitely.
And this is a close second for me in terms of favorites. Oh, he's out here. Hi. Oh, hello.
There. Oh, you didn't want a lunch there.
Didn't want to do anything.
So this is the reverse murder hallway. And yeah, well played, to be honest. None of those zombies wanted to. I mean, the Crimson Head was a little bit like.
He was
eager,
his usual self.
I'd say you played that really well, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I had to kind of go around that.
Had to get a little creative with
Yeah, exactly.
using to lunge, but
Wasn't the way I hoped it would go, but you know, I'll definitely take it.
made a yawn too. Just utilising that pump cancel in there, just to see how many shots we can get.
Yeah, you can get 5 up there, which means we need 3 down here.
GG.
You can actually get 6 up there if you take the full damage before the ladder, and then just 2 down here. But 3 down here is fine, you won't get an attack off anyway. So do that. Get
Now
a
we've got
second
these
book.
2 mysterious books here.
Right,
Not too sure what they could be used for. Maybe a bit of light reading potentially.
exactly. I mean, we are in the library now, so we can kind of sit down here in some lounge area, smoke a cigar, have a whiskey, read a book. Why not?
At least it's not like the original where you kill the snake and it melts into the floor.
Yeah, right. And Barry comes in. Found anything
Wonder why,
interesting?
isn't it? Found anything interesting, Jill?
Nope, nothing.
Just this mountain snake.
Yeah, just nothing here.
Haven't seen anything.
It's another remake exclusive here. This interesting puzzle, where you can get 2 different gems depending on the path you want to take.
Yeah.
I imagine for this run, you'll only need to take the red one, just like the end of the set. And you turn the light off, and then you've got to take it out. But you have to do it before that eagle that was kind of swiveling there sees you.
It's kind of a lock mechanism for that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I always play extremely safe in that room.
Left side of that hunter, and he won't do anything. If you go on the other side, he will directly swipe you. We have full inventory now, but this is the last use of that key we found at the plant boss. We'll now have 1 spot open. Get a grip, dude. Get a grip.
If I remember right, I think in the original this is where you would change your costume, I think.
Yeah, that's the room, yeah.
I do love that with the auto splitter you can change the costume.
Yeah, you don't need to do any New Game Plus or anything. Loaded saves, you can just do it from there. I'm actually gonna do that, just shoot that last bullet. So we can have the fast.
Oh, I set the crows off as well. I'm not so happy that you just come into their home and blasted a shotgun shell.
It's pretty funny. I didn't even think about that.
But that's Mansion 2,
just-
pretty much done.
Just because we're at a nice part of the game, I'm just going to read the charity message for us. So this event, we're raising money for To Write Love on Our Arms. They are a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury and suicide. For more information, check out their website that is in the chat at the moment.
Yeah, make sure we get those donos in, guys. It is for an amazing cause. Already absolutely killing it so far, so let's keep it going.
We're coming up to another lovely dog park here soon. Dogs are always free, right?
Yeah, dogs are always free.
We're using the battery here. The dog can sometimes be troublesome, but not very often.
That was nicely dodged.
He
as
just
well.
cheated his way through. This dog, on the other hand, that's fine.
I think this bit could definitely be a bit of a clencher.
We do need to go back there though, so I'm not over yet. So I wanted that fast because Black Tiger later. All bets are off then.
That's true. One thing I noticed in the Wii version, or the GameCube version, Black Tiger is a lot less aggressive. You
Oh,
can,
really?
You can actually just pick the knife up and just go to town on the web, and she'll leave you alone.
Yeah, here she has like 3 different states of behavior, which is...
I wonder if it's something that they changed, or if it's maybe tied to the frame rate potentially.
Might be something like that. This dog, we can kind of stand there until he starts to attack, and he will just yeet himself into another universe.
Straight off camera.
Yeah.
Straight in the caves now.
So we're gonna go say hello to Bravo team leader Enrico now. Is that voice Enrico's?
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives us a crank before dying. Very nice and thoughtful.
Where was he hiding that crank? Let's not question it, shall we?
Yeah, this.
That's another stream for that.
We're still in Watershed, all right?
Right.
So on our way to Black Tiger, a massive spider waiting for us.
So we need a knife now. We're also gonna do the best or everyone's favorite puzzle of the game.
Yeah, this puzzle.
I've seen Sornek reset on this when he really doesn't need to so many times. I think it was always just out of anger, rather than actually needing to reset.
That's hate for the puzzle itself.
Again, I find this easier on the Wii version. I don't know, the pieces seem to just go in and are a lot more lenient than on the HD PC release. I don't know.
Yeah, I hate to be a brag, but I find it easy, but I find the rest of the game difficult. So it's the only thing I'm good at is that puzzle. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
It's very finicky the way, like, you know, you'll put it in there and then the last piece just won't fit when it blatantly should fit.
It's your REHD claim to fame, Snake.
Yeah, I'm alright at the puzzle, but I die before we get there. So it doesn't matter.
Never get to show it off. Slow poison
Got
line.
some of the web off as well.
Alright, that's fine. 130 she's gonna poison me now.
They
Rude.
got rid of one of the webs for you.
She did. Alright, need to heal now.
Yeah, I was about to say, please heal, Tom. You've got anxiety right now.
Still poison.
Anxiety is definitely the word to use for this room. This room, horrifying in every way imaginable. Both the fact that you've got these massive spiders, the fact that
I mean, that was always gonna happen in a marathon, that she wasn't gonna behave properly. Still need to deal with her on the way back now, then. We always have to do that on this run, as you don't kill her. 90% run will always kill her. The giant Chris Boulder mod. That's a beautiful mod, actually. There is a mod for this game. Everyone that knows their RE is the memes between Chris and boulders. So you actually turn all these boulders into a giant Chris rolling. Or
You should
five
have
Chris.
kept it on just for the banter.
Doesn't change
Obviously,
anything else in the game than that, so.
Should change every enemy to a big Chris.
just a big Chris.
This room is also everyone's favorite.
Yeah,
Not
probably
for,
my least favourite.
not for the puzzle in
mechanic.
itself, but for the camera angle changes in this room.
It's a very awkward room, I'd say,
Mm.
especially with this little thing in the middle, and you can get stuck on it.
Spin you right round, right round.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, what's Umbrella doing to be putting these massive crisp boulders in the caves?
I mean, I think we were asking what our Umbrella doing long before that.
Right.
I love how that works, even though it's definitely not in the gap.
Right, yeah. Some triggers are more forgiving than others in these games.
Yeah, I've always find RE1 the worst. Like, you can be miles away from an input and it works, and then you can be definitely on the input and it doesn't work.
You have the upstairs crank input. It's like you can
Oh,
do a zip
no.
code away, and then you have it in the labs, right?
You've got the green herb
No,
outside.
not the labs, the caves.
Oh, the caves especially.
Yeah, so you have the one upstairs which you can be miles away from, then you come to the caves like, no, you're like a nanometer away. Can't do this.
So it's the cylinder puzzle. It has like the combination etched onto it, and I suppose if it's the first time playing, you'll kind of examine the item and be able to kind of interact. To get the
Yeah,
code.
then you can see
We
that
don't
it's
need that, no.
the
And me
same
and Tom
for
always just remember it as like a football formation,
4-2-3-1,
4-2-3-1.
yes. Very nice of them to do that. I actually forgot to put my knife away, but it's fine. We have a chest down here we have to run past anyway.
Again,
Lisa
like I was
again?
saying earlier, with this Lisa, I also found out you can down her. Crazy.
So
Is it-
what do you use? And I guess there'll be extra ammo pickups, but
I think you'll actually use a shotgun, if it's not assault shotgun. Shotgun and grenade launcher, I believe.
Oh, do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
We have a new donation from DFC Supporters Group, has donated $9.69 and says, "Up the Quakers." That brings our total now to a very cool 1,069.69.
Oh,
Nice.
I see what you did there. Nice.
Nice.
As soon as I seen the amount, I was like, this is definitely getting picked up in comments already.
nice. So we've sent the box down. Now we get to crush it.
And if we weren't crushing it, we would have a flamethrower by now, but Jill decides we need to crush this to get it out.
The box. It has
So we
to
can't,
crush.
so we can't use this flamethrower badge.
But thank you, DFC, for the generous donation. That's much appreciated.
Absolutely. We're actually gonna need this, broken flamethrowers or this as a key. Don't question it. It's umbrella logic, guys.
Exactly. Everything.
Anything can be a key.
I mean, working for Umbrella, or even just living in this city, must be an absolute nightmare. You want to use the bathroom, well, you best get pushing those statues in the main hall. to get
Yeah,
the
you
key card.
better be prepared to do some work before some.
Fight the massive snake in the loft, and you can get access to the bedroom. If you're feeling a little tired.
Right.
Nicely dodged there.
So what we need now is to pick up another stone and metal object, the one we found in the Crimson Elder boss fight, that room. There is 2 that will give us access to Lisa's altar and then later the labs, with our 2 books we have. So we are now coming into a familiar area. Ta-da!
Back in Lisa's cabin.
Yes. Could have gone down all the way down there right away after we left the mansion.
If only she thought,
some
maybe I should lift this
planks.
piece of wood.
But no.
Just saw the shiny crank and was like, oh.
Oh, shiny.
But that's the caves completely done with now. On our way back to the mansion for a brief visit. So what's like one thing you'd suggest to anyone who might be watching this today and they might be interested in running REHD?
Be prepared.
Be prepared for the memes.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a fun speedrun. It's a very hard one, so don't give up on it. Give it a few goes and see if you like the game first off. And I mean, the dodge mechanics are a bit out there compared to other RE games, but it's a lot of fun when you get used to everything. I think that's a lot of people's consensus that have started running this.
Definitely one of the harder games in the series, I'd say. In terms of like, I mean, even just in general.
Yeah.
From like a casual standpoint, if you compare it to Resi 2, which I'd say casually can be very easy. This, it's very challenging. It doesn't hold back, and when you speedrun it, it knows. It's fully aware that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Throw everything at you.
And no doubt about that. Now we're gonna place both these emblems here. The other one, the stone ring is in this. We just need to combine that. Now we have everything we need. We have our shotgun and we have our books, which contains 2 medallions. We need to gain access to the lab. First, we're gonna say hello to Lisa again.
You'll be fine. There'll be nothing down here to worry about, surely.
Just
Surely.
an easy, just a quick puzzle, isn't it? Just. I do like they got really creative with this boss battle because it is essentially just a puzzle. At the same, you push all 4 stones off, and there are a few different ways to doing it. Are you going to knock her off, or are you just going to be running around her?
Can't really knock her off because I can't use Barry's Magnum.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So unfortunately, Barry's gone downstairs, shall we say?
Downstairs, yes.
Back to the basement.
Back to the basement.
His best impression of Resi 3 OG.
Right.
Ooh, I knew that was going to be fine, but as
Yeah.
just watching her standing there, I just
If that was something else than a one push, that would have been bad.
I must say, this boss fight just gives me absolute anxiety because Sonic used to frustrate the hell out of me. See, always go for the optimal strat rather than just shooting Lita off, and I'll be like,
what did you do? The amount of sub-hour runs I lost to this.
you didn't need to lose them, and I'd just be sat there with the screen, looking at the screen with my head in my hands, like, why is Sonic doing this to me every day? Just take your sub-hour and bounce. Stop going.
One day it will be glorious.
I think it was your video, Tom, actually helped me work that strat out that you do in any percent, where you kind of run up to the corner and then push it.
Yeah, because if you run straight to the stone there, she kind of runs at you right away.
Yeah, like you run
Gives you no time.
Have her look at you in the corner and.
Gives you some more space and time. So we are now in the labs with only a shotgun. Hi. Okay, sure. Sure. We have a fast we can pick up pretty soon, so we'll be fine. I'm gonna kill this guy though.
Head comes straight off.
Yeah.
That's always
first,
good.
First zombie you've killed this run?
Yeah, it is.
Aside
right.
from Elder Cruisin.
Yeah, it must be, yeah. Didn't really use the shotgun for any normal enemies until labs.
I love that they changed the password in this because I was literally sat there. Oh yeah, it's mole. I'll just do mole. It's gonna be mole, surely.
It's pretty funny. If you do mole in this, you will have the tofu sound from Orito. It doesn't work, but it's a kind of a nice throwback to Orito.
Yeah, that's.
Now we have 5 shotgun shells. We can actually kill the Chimera, so I'm gonna pick some extras up.
That's one of the mistakes I made when I first ran this because I'm used to RE1 is that you have to actually unlock both floors on this
yeah.
one, whereas
That happened to me recently on the GameCube. I got all the way up here and realised, oops, I didn't unlock the right door.
There's some shotgun shells in here, and there's some just before Tyrant. We just need it for 1 Chimera and 9 for Tyrant, so yeah, we are set for the end of this run.
Imagine killing a Chimera with the pistols, would be really hard.
Yeah, like people like Pessy, even on shotgun, they don't do it. They just YOLO that.
So the zombie's going to rudely try to vomit on us there.
Last night's kebab.
Taco Bell.
They serve terrible food here at the Spencer estate.
Right.
So every speedrunner's favourite item there, the nitrous canister.
Oh, yeah. Right now it's fine. We're gonna refill it. It's not so fine anymore. We have a zombie in this room as well.
So we'll put this in, fill it up with the nitro, and we cannot run, or you can run.
Yeah.
But it's 4 steps.
Have to be careful.
And you'll be very careful. And it recognises, because you've got to do a pattern, it's like 4 running steps and then 2 walking steps.
Yeah, you can get away with like 5-2 on normal. Oh, you're gonna take it somewhat safe here. Yeah, go for it.
Got time for another donation? Okay, we have a donation from Big Tom Spice Tomato Juice.
Okay.
They have donated $30.31 and says, "Bloody good run. Thank you so much for Big Tom Spice Tomato Juice. What a great name. Absolutely love it. It's so good."
Brilliant.
I must say that bit where you put in the fuel canister, I've got stuck on the corner and ran on the spot and blown myself up before. And,
That's so awful.
There's so many things I shouted at the screen that day.
I believe that.
So we've powered up the elevator, we can go and see Tyrant.
Yes. We have 8 shells right now, so we need to pick up another set before that. Well, there is one just before, so...
Now, in an ultimate face-off, in WWE style, who would win, Tyrant or Birkin?
Oh, Birkin, definitely.
Which stage of Birkin, though?
I mean, Birkin can
if we're talking
Just
scientist
involves.
Birkin, I've got my money on Tyrant.
Just standard Birkin. He's just come off of his shift at the labs. And
He's just walks outside.
The Tyrant.
Totally knackered. Like, oh no, not again. This always happens. No, we don't. Okay, we can read that, sure.
I would say G2 onwards. Birkin 2.
G4 versus Tyrant.
Oh, well, yeah, I think I know what's happening.
Does Birkin get his point if it's G1?
Yeah, we'll go with G1 pie. Let's get the weapon.
I feel like it's a pretty devastating combo.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's the ultimate bioweapon.
This
Not good.
weapon is your savior.
Wesker, you're pitiful.
I love that they added that in where Chris is just laughing at Wesker. Like, you can just
Stop
laughing
it!
in his-
Stop it!
Chris, stop it! After everything he's been through, like, you know, everything he's done to arrange, you know, the Stars team being in the match, and that genuinely hurt him.
Yeah,
That really hurt his feelings.
It's just like the bully getting laughed at by the guy that
He was expecting Chris
he's
to
trying to bully.
absolutely just lose it, but no, Chris is there laughing at him, and that's not according to the book. Chris, stop, man.
So even though this run been quite memeish at points, we have done some extra pickups and stuff, it will probably be sub-hour. Not by much.
Yeah, it's been a really good run, dude. I think you've definitely played it really well. You had like a lot of like the marathon memes.
Yeah, especially for Black Tiger and that, yeah.
Black Tiger too.
So what was your time on this category, Tom?
59:08. I think this will be about 59:50.
That's a solid time.
I'm not going to say it, but
GG,
it's better than my any percentile.
Yeah, it's actually
Jill?
1 second better than that.
Ooh,
59:49.
second off. Very nice.
I would have loved the 59-59 meme. That would have been great.
Very close. Also, guys, we cleared 1.1k money raised, which is a huge milestone. Another one.
Beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. Great to have cleared.
Yeah,
Thank you
congratulations.
for all the donations.
Absolutely. Keep them coming. We've still got plenty of amazing speedruns to go.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Sonic has a race coming up really soon.
I was just looking at that. I was about to mention it. Yeah, we've got a race coming up. I think it's that one, Venusaur.
Yes.
I'm looking through the list quickly. I'm like,
It's
I've
true.
seen it. I've seen it somewhere.
Sonic, if you lose, I'm unmodding you from my chat.
Wow. There we go.
The stakes increasing already.
Heard it here first.
No pressure.
We also have Mr. Snake Sokum back with Resident Evil 2 remake, doing a Claire B run as well later on tonight. If my memory serves correct, I'm going off memory because I can't find the list of runs I've got. But Tom, thank you so much for running some REHD. It was such an interesting category as well. A lot of fun to see the game done a little bit differently, and really appreciate that. Thank you to everyone who donated for the run and raising money. It's and you guys have been awesome. Sonic, Snake, you guys, the commentary's been on point. Really appreciate you guys being here. Guys, do we have any last words or notes that you want to say before we get ready for the next run?
Thank you for everyone that came out and watched this, and thank you, Snake and Sonic. Had a lot of fun running that together with you two.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. As always, you guys
Same here.
absolutely killed it. Putting on an amazing show. Really good run, and I'm looking forward to seeing more today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have the wonderful Linkmeister coming up next. Linkmeister, I've had the good fortune to host a couple of his runs my time for FTGL, so I know we're in for a good treat. He's a very solid runner, so we've got lots to look forward to over the next few hours. And then obviously we've got the race later for OG RE, and we've actually got Team Fortress 2 coming up, and Spyro. So lots and lots of good and varied runs coming up. So yeah, stay tuned while we cut out for a break, and then we'll be back with Linkmeister and Mad Father.